Just seen the heading of one of Mike's section of notes just says society. This is on.
No, it's not.
It is.
Is it actually?
Yeah. Podcast with me.
Dickheads, you know that? That's not right. You're some nasty bastard. How's it been on?
Yeah.
Ah, for fuck's sake. I was trying to write down my feelings in my diary.
What are your thoughts on society?
No, it doesn't say society. If you must know, it says Stalin.
No, but one of them definitely said
It
society.
doesn't say-
It says, and then it said McDonald's. That's all I saw.
Right. No, it doesn't say. There is a note that says McDonald's and... But what?
It's just
I can have a note that says McDonald's. That's a relatable subject that affects all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you must know, the fucking... My idea on the McDonald's thing. So I'm reading a book called Empire of Pain. Right?
Okay.
And it's about my experience listening to you on this podcast. No.
I don't think I would read a book called that.
You wouldn't be able for it, to be honest. You wouldn't be able. It's the truth, you see. They tell the truth in this book, and you're living in a world of fantasy and lies and fucking, cartoon fucking chairs that talk and stuff.
What have you learned from this book? What's the book about? Empire of Pain.
Empire of Pain is about the Sacklers. The fucking Sackler family. Do you know about them? You stupid bastard. So they...
Did you know about them before the book?
That's none of your business. Now, that's neither here nor there. I know about them now. Henceforth, I'm better than you.
And therefore, everybody who doesn't know this, yes. I love when people do that. I've just learned this thing recently, and therefore, anybody who doesn't know it already is a fool.
A witless baboon. That's what I would call you. A half-wit.
A bitless waboon.
A simpleton. What?
A bitless waboon.
A bitless waboon, yeah. You are a bitless waboon. You've not seen...
kicking this.
You shut up. I'll fucking break the camera now in a minute. You've annoyed me. I don't like it. I'll beat the shit out of Connell. You're flesh and blood. How will you like that?
Somebody was asking if we'd sacked you because
If we'd sacklered you. Sackler family.
Yeah,
good connection.
Very good. Very, very good stuff, actually.
So anyway, the Sacklers, so what they did was, they're a big family that became very wealthy during the middle of the 20th century, but their big claim to fame, or claim to more infamy, I suppose, is that they basically bribed a load of fucking regulators to get OxyContin legalized on the drug market, and they advertised it as being non-addictive, having no bad side effects, blah, blah, blah. This was the biggest contributor to the opium crisis in America, which has killed, I think, by now 500,000 people in America, something like that, something insane. And anyway, they still deny completely. Their whole thing is that, like, well, no, it's not the drug that is addictive. It's like people have addictive personalities, which is kind of funny.
But it's just absolutely insane.
It's insane.
Like, yes, but I mean, if you prescribe someone anything, they would get that fucking hooked on it.
That's right.
Prescribe someone bananas for their back pain, they'd be freaking out in a similar fashion.
That's exactly right, because our addictive personalities would be addicted to bananas. Do you know what I mean? Why does no one get addicted to broccoli, I wonder? Why is that?
I'd love to be addicted to broccoli.
I fucking love it. I'd be shooting it up. I'd love if my hair turned that broccoli. Do you know that? What do you call that shit on the top of broccoli? Just a head of broccoli.
Yeah.
Imagine your hair was just a head of broccoli.
Yeah.
And then, like, everyone, it'd be kind of an Irish thing as well, because it's green.
I'm a big fan of long stem, like tender stem broccoli.
Tender stem?
You know the long broccoli?
That made it dirty a bit. You're like, tender.
That's what it's called.
The stem is tender.
That's what it's called.
Is it called tender stem?
Yeah.
Yeah? You know about this?
Yeah.
Is this a your family thing?
You're not
You tenderize stems?
You're not a cook, are you?
Huh?
You're not a cook.
I eat a lot of food. Does that count in some way at a certain point? If I'm consistently eating every day, surely I've got to say.
No.
No?
What's your like go-to? What are you cooking if you're cooking?
I'd cook a chicken curry, lad. And it's, is the curry out of a jar? That's no one's concern. What I would say is, how about you taste it and tell me if you can tell? You know what I mean?
Almost certainly.
No, you wouldn't have a clue, because I put cream in it. Thicken it up, make it creamy.
To make it less spicy.
No, make it creamy.
He's scared of spice.
Add some.
He's scared of Lloyd Grossman's chicken korma.
I'm not scared of Lloyd Grossman or his chicken korma. I think Grossman's a fraud and likely a paedophile. Also,
that's gross, man.
Yeah, that's gross, man. Where do you think he got his name? People are like, oh, that's gross, man. Lloyd. Anyway, because he was pedoing.
Whereas the original last name was
cock. What is
his original last name was McNonce.
McNonce.
He was Lloyd McNonce.
Lloyd McNonce.
And then he started being a pedo, and people went, "That's gross.
That's gross, man." He's like, "I love it." That's my new goddamn name. Thanks, fellas. They're like, we didn't mean it as a good thing.
I think Lloyd Grossman has like a distinctive voice.
Yeah.
I've seen people do impressions of him, but I can't remember what. There was like an ad where the ad for Lloyd Grossman's like
I'm Lloyd Grossman.
I don't think that's
I'm Lloyd Grossman. Here's my sauce. Who wants it? I'm Grossman. Everybody says I'm gross, man. We're like, that's not a good thing. He's like, I think it is. I'm gross, man.
I think he's like a Jewish guy from Boston, and you're like, I'm gross, man.
Okay, Jewish guy from Boston. I'm gross, man. I'm the grossest man that ever was. I'm so gross. Nobody likes me, man. But everybody likes my sauce. Who wants my sauce, kiddies?
A Jewish guy from Boston, that's like a cross between Jerry Seinfeld and Bill Burr.
Yes.
What's the deal with these fucking women?
What's the deal with these fucking Red Sox? What's the deal?
Because you could do, you got to do one of their bit in the voice of the other one.
Yeah, or just, why can't we hit women? It's not like they don't deserve it.
People say no means no. It's like, no, it doesn't.
Sometimes they want it. Yeah, that will be fun. He was a great man. How many more great men? These gold digging whores. That would be fun, actually. Fucking
to do one comedian's bit in the style of another comedian.
Yeah.
What's the best mashup to do? God, I saw Dan Soder doing an impression of Dave Chappelle recently, and
it's
it
fucking
blew
unbelievable.
my socks off.
Yeah, that was sick.
Oh my God, Chappelle's quite a tricky guy to.
Yeah,
you can do like but like it's hard to do like the like the thoughtful, pensive old Chappelle.
Yeah, where he's smoking and saying important things.
Yeah. I think I've realized that I'm more likely to be able to pick up an impression of someone if I hear someone else do an impression, because then I can like separate it in my mind. I hear it just for the sounds of it rather than like that's just how they talk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can only do it if I don't think about it, and it's just.
But you've been flexing recently. You've got some serious impressions up your sleeve.
But they're not up my sleeve. I can just, if I don't think about it.
In your sock?
No. They're just taped to my gooch.
Now, do you have a hole in your jeans this week? You had a hole in your jeans recently that people were pointing out.
No, I don't. But we used to sing a song when I was growing up called "There's a Hole in My Bucket."
Dear Liza, there's a hole in my bucket. Dear Liza, a hole. Then mend it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then mend it, dear Henry, mend it.
I'm Lloyd Grossman.
People, in the spirit of anytime anyone gives feedback on the podcast and I completely ignore it, someone did comment recently. The comment just said, "Please stop singing, Vittorio."
Did someone say that?
Yeah.
Nasty chap. Where did he say that?
Oh, on the Patreon comments maybe as well. One of our loyal Patreons told me to stop singing.
I think that's someone.
And you know what I have to say to that?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself.
We with Lloyd Grossman. We can do what we want. This is going to be arrested. This is going to absolutely fucking bastardize this whole podcast. Is this Lloyd Gross? Because I so love saying it, and it makes no sense. I'm Lloyd Grossman. I might not be the coolest, but I'm gross, man. Just doing the grossest things, like getting dead flies and putting them in his ear. I'm Lloyd Grossman. Everything I do is gross, and people love my sauces. Oh, this is surely clippable. Just like this will be the one where just like the internet gets shut down. People are like, just close it down.
Let's stop this. This is enough.
But the Empire Pain thing, lad. So I was going to say to you on that. So anyway, the Sacklers, right? These are like dirty, no good, evil. They're one of the richest families in the world, right? Just billions upon billions upon billions.
Big pharma.
Big.
Maradona's falling over.
Whoa! Jesus Christ.
That was a foolish place to put it.
He's pro Sackler. He liked drugs. Now, so Sackler, and of course I'm complicit in this whole story because I'm on drugs.
You're not on oxys though.
Huh?
You're not on
Yes.
oxys though. Yeah.
I'm going to get on those bad boys as soon as I can.
You're gonna
Yes.
be going from pharmacy to pharmacy saying you've got a bad back.
Absolutely. Well, look, all I can say is this. I'm on drugs every day. I take drugs every day.
How many pills you pop in a day?
I'm just popping the one citalopram 20 mg. But people are like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "Good." And then they're like, "Oh, what's going on in your life?" I'm like, "I'm on drugs every single day. I'm on drugs."
Yeah.
So you're just fucking.
You're on drugs that make you like less exciting.
Well, I don't know if they make me less.
They make life less exciting.
Yeah, but that's grand for me. Do you know what I mean? I didn't need it to be more exciting because it was like, do you know the way where people are like, "Oh, I'm up and down." I was kind of like Shane Clifford has a great joke where he's just like, these bipolar people. He's like, "I'm very jealous," you know. He's like, because they're like, "Oh, I'm up and then I'm down," and he's like, "I tend to stay down." So overall, like I think the antidepressants for me are great, but I'm essentially, I'm not the same person because I'm not as anxious. Do you know what I mean? So I just have a different
I think
personality.
it was a defining characteristic of you was anxiousness, anxiety.
That was a big little thing.
It was a big part of the first
the brand
18 episodes of this podcast.
Absolutely.
Was you just tweaking on lack of sleep?
Yeah, I was just having a mental breakdown, and you were there counting the money. You were delighted. You were like Howard Stern. There was a time when Howard Stern had this Artie Lang on his podcast. Not on his podcast, on his show. And it was the biggest show in America. And Lang was addicted to heroin. But he'd be coming in and he'd be fucked on heroin, but he'd have these great stories and shit. So they just kind of like enabled it because the ratings were going through the roof.
Pimping the butterfly. You're the butterfly, I'm the pimp.
Yeah, you pimped me. You pimped me when I was sleepless. You used to tell me off when we were off air. You'd be like, "Yeah, this is great for the rains. Keep it going, keep it going." I was like, "But I'm not, I don't feel well." You're like, "Shut up."
Yeah, I'd come into your house at night time. Big air horn. Stay away.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You're fucking...
All for the podcast. All for you guys, actually.
You're a big podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to steal his antidepressants.
Yeah. Don't do that, lad. Because if you go off them, you go solid cracked. I'll start trying to, you know what I mean?
Do you think it's worse when you go off them?
Oh no, if you go off from cold turkey, you go absolutely spastic. I'd probably try to fucking eat the television over there. What? What are you laughing at? Can I not say that? Connell, did I say something bad there? Have I done wrong? I haven't been saying the R word. I'm allowed no treats? You're just going to have me over there and I have not one treat a day? Come on now. But I would. I'd start trying to fucking, you know... I'd probably ask one of those plants to marry me or something. Like, you'd go absolutely insane.
I think Jamali Maddox, my girlfriend, might be close to asking one of these plants to marry. She's very into the plants.
Oh, she's a botanist.
Yeah. She's got all these plants and she keeps promising not to get any more, but then she just propagates like extra plants off the plants that we already have.
Propagates?
So she technically hasn't. So you take a little shoot and then you plant it itself and it grows a brand new plant. She's like, "Well, I didn't buy any more plants. I just created some through the magic of botany."
Right. Because a botanist, you say a botanist and you think, I don't know if I want one of them around my children. A botanist. Someone, I feel like if you're into plants in that way, do you know the people who kind of get a bit, you know, and they're naming the plant and they're kind of stroking the leaves and stuff and you're thinking, you don't really know.
I think only one of our plants has a name.
Huh?
I think only one of our plants in the house has a name.
Vittorio?
No. That rubber plant over there is called Pope Francis.
That's Pope Francis.
Papa Francesco.
Right. It doesn't take us off the pedo theme. Why have you called it that?
I was given the naming rights and then she never asked me to name any of the other plants, but I just decided to call that Pope Francis. I think it's a funny thing to call a plant.
No, I think it is. It is quite a like it is a plant that seems like...
Well, it was quite droopy for a while, but then we got it a supportive pole up the middle.
Yes.
I feel like you're the plant and I'm the supportive pole.
I'm supportive pole. And wasn't John Paul II a pole? So it's all kind of connecting a little bit. I do believe he was.
Yeah.
So I've said a very clever thing there. But But
I was ratcheting through my brain for who the second best Polish footballer is behind Lewandowski, but I couldn't pull anything out of my head.
yeah, I was just
Like a supportive Pole.
yeah.
Like who's the Scottie Pippen of Polish football?
I don't know. I don't think there was ever anyone. No,
Artur Boruc.
I feel like it has to have been a goalkeeper. It has to have been someone between the sticks.
Yeah.
John Paul II was actually a goalkeeper
He was,
before he
yeah.
became Pope.
He
So he
was,
probably
yeah.
is the second best ever after Lewandowski.
Before he started playing like the ball and cups game with pedos.
Yeah, so before he
It's like,
started
cool, they're
moving
over
around.
there. Oh, he's over there
In
now.
the funnest game of global chess there ever was, and I move this pedo to the, and then the authorities were like, "We're not even playing. You can do what you want."
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, I feel like we've started on some kind of bizarre tangent. But what were we going to say about the Empire?
No, the Empire.
Please stop touching me.
Well, see, so this is what brought me to. I have to touch you now because I can't have them see me do what you tell me. A lot of this podcast is based on me being
Dissenting.
dissenting and just kind of rebellious and refusing to be subservient to your tyrannical reign. So what happened
The
was
lesser known Prince song. Tyrannical reign, tyrannical reign.
Yeah, of course, sang famously about Thatcher.
Prince did?
Prince did, yeah.
What did he say about Thatcher?
Well, Purple Rain was actually about her vaginal fluid.
Okay, tell me about the
No, this is genuinely, I'm not making this up. Purple Rain was a song because about Margaret Thatcher getting aroused and the moisture and liquid that would apparently, I don't know, and this actually would support claims that she was a witch. Apparently, the wetness would be purple. What you do? Are you going to just shoot me for being the messenger here? It's Prince you should have a problem with. I didn't ask him to write a song about Thatcher's pussy juice, did I? No. And I wouldn't, because I think it's wrong and lewd and crass.
What else is in your book?
Huh? Anyway, so Empire Pain. So my thinking was this, because what ends up happening, this guy came into the whole game of making pharmaceuticals and medicine with good intentions. So he came in and his whole thing was like, I'm going to fucking make these drugs so that we don't have to put everyone in these fucking madhouses and cut parts of their brains out, giving them lobotomies.
Yeah.
So they're fucking, going around and thinking that squirrels are cars or whatever. They're fucked. So he was like, we'll come up with these fucking pills so that we don't have to put so many people in these fucking mental institutes, right? So he starts off with this idea. But of course, like anything, once your fucking profit margin and you've shareholders and your profit margin becomes the biggest driver of your company, it incentivizes you to fucking lie and fucking manipulate things and everything. So you go in with these good intentions, but then suddenly you start getting some profit and money and the power, and no one is fucking immune to the corruption.
Yeah, absolute power corrupts, absolutely.
Yes. So then he's going off and basically he's just getting the fucking whole of America hooked on fucking Valium. And like when Valium came out first, like it was just a mass adopted drug.
Yeah, it was just like paracetamol.
Yeah.
And every housewife.
Every housewife was fucking
Mummy's little happy pill.
just licking the arms of the couch, happy as a fucking pig in shit. But sure, of course, it's addictive and it's not good.
No.
It's not good.
No.
But then I thought about it and this is going to be one of the deepest points ever made on this podcast.
It's a low bar.
It certainly is. Yeah. Racism is bad. I've done the research and I finally agree with you. So that's been the deepest point so far made by either of us, was your enlightening, earth-shattering point that racism is bad, which really turned a lot of our listeners around on that subject. But so this is what I thought, because we're in a society, like if you think about it, that's all just built to poison us.
Yes.
Because you think about it, because everything when you walk down the street is designed to just fucking appeal to our just lowest fucking little ape brain. Like McDonald's shouldn't be allowed to. That's just an opium den on the street. Just on the street, a big
just
fucking
addictive,
M.
sugary.
Addictive. We've all supersized me. You die.
Yes, if you eat nothing but.
It makes you fat and dead. McDonald's should be McDonald's makes you fat and dead. It makes you fat, and after that, dead.
Makes you fat and dead.
Makes you fat
I'm
and
loving
dead.
it.
I'm loving it. And for suicidal people, that would be a great advertisement. They'd be like, straight to McDonald's. I'd love to be fat and dead. But so what I'm saying is,
Would you rather be fat and dead or skinny and dead?
fat and dead, so there'd be more meat for the dogs.
Is that your funeral plan?
I'm gonna let a pack of dogs eat me. I love dogs.
What?
Because think about it. If you're a dog lover, now this is dead serious. I love dogs.
Yeah.
Right? And when I'm dead, I'm dead. It doesn't matter what happens to my body. So it's like, let the dogs have a fucking meal. A great meal. Feed me to the dogs. Not a little dog. I don't want a little dog eating.
There is a culture somewhere where they.
I'm suspicious of little dogs. I believe they're kind of like, they're cats in disguise.
Little dogs are cats in disguise.
I just don't.
But you don't get very many little cats.
Huh?
I think your argument's off the wall here. You don't get many. Cats are all roughly the same
I would have said it was on the
size.
floor.
Dogs, there's much more difference in size of dogs.
Well, see, I think you look at dogs now, as I often do, with a lustful eye. No, I don't even. But with a want and a need in my loins. No, but you're right. Dogs. There's too many different breeds, I would say. A suspicious amount of breeds.
Because I was watching videos of cats with my partner Jamali Maddox, and she was saying, like, there was this video of an orange cat, and she goes, oh, orange cats are mad, and I'm like,
Garfield.
that can't be a type of. That's just a color of cat. Surely there's like breeds of cats, but not like, you know what I mean?
A marmalade little fella. Is that what you're saying?
She was like, orange cats are all insane, and I'm like, but that's just.
But that's her being.
That's true.
That's her being. That's blatant racism.
That's true of humans.
That's
as
blatant
well.
racism, which me and you know is wrong. It's wrong
It is wrong.
to judge a cat on its color. So
Yes, but it's only the color of its hair. I guess the skin of a cat is the same size, color.
Look, lads, they can't all be good episodes. That's the thing. They can't. It's just impossible. But so she thinks every ginger cat's a bad cat.
Well, apparently they just had, like, that's a personality trait. All the ginger ones are mad.
But wasn't that a thing for a long time, that every ginger
Was
person
like angry or whatever. That was like a thing.
Well, but it was a devil infested fraud.
Was that a thing?
Well, people believe that the gingers were servants of the devil. Yeah,
There was that whole South Park thing.
Absolutely.
Gingers don't have souls.
But I think that was
But you've seen the fat kid from the viral video that South Park did. Gingers do have souls.
Yeah, I do, and I don't think that helped the case for
If there
gingers.
was ever something that would only make you get bullied more, it's screaming into YouTube, gingers do have souls.
Absolutely. I was on defense before that, and then he did. I was like, I don't think you have them. You're protesting too much, there, old friend.
Yeah.
But you know, speaking of gingers, lad, I was assaulted this weekend
In Cardiff?
in Cardiff.
Because you were gigging in Cardiff? Did
In
you have a
Cardiff.
nice time in Cardiff?
I did. I did have a nice time. I was there Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Great green room this weekend.
Do you know that was supposed to be a flat?
Huh?
That's why it's such a nice green room. The plan was to make that accommodation for comedians, but it never came to fruition.
All right.
That's why it's such a class green room.
It's a lovely green room, and there's a lovely I had a lovely group of comics on.
Who are we rapping?
We had Phil Ellis on.
The greatest man.
Yeah, greatest man, so funny. Ryan Cullen,
Yeah.
great man. Jacob Hawley,
That's great boys.
beautiful boys.
All great boys.
Beautiful boys saying beautiful things to one another, and we really did. We were saying some lovely things to each other, and Phil Ellis was actually saying he was with you at some agent's birthday party, which he was like was a fucking nightmare, and then he met you, and he was like that you gave him relief.
Oh yeah, we left, went across the road
Yeah.
and watched the rugby. That's when that
Yeah,
happened.
he said he's very thankful that you were there.
It was great.
He's a funny bastard. But anyway, he's an Irish famine denier, though. He denies the Irish famine.
Now what? He denies that it happened.
Yeah, he just thinks it's his words to me. 60 people died max.
60 people died, and they
Max.
were just on a diet.
Yeah, and that was just diet's gone wrong.
They were doing a weight cut for a fight.
Yeah, and it just that's the only thing I'd hold up against him as a person. He's very strong.
And
on
he
that.
got nominated for best show at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yeah.
This is the type of thing that those cucks like.
Yeah.
Famine denial.
Yeah, exactly. There's no retribution
I'm
for
going
that.
to do a whole show where the theme is it did happen.
The famine.
Not even go into like the ins and outs of it. Just the show is no, but it did.
Yeah.
No, but it did happen actually.
Yeah. Someone
And I
has
think
to do
that's
it.
important. I thought it would be funny if some self-important comedian who saw themselves as a writer in America came to the Edinburgh Fringe but did an hour-long show where they didn't say anything because they were on strike, and that was their little bit of activism for like the writer's strike in America. They come to the Edinburgh Fringe and just sit on stage and do fuck all for an hour.
Yeah.
That'd be hard. How long do you reckon you could go on to like a full room at the Edinburgh Fringe and say, like you do off stage, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to stage Mike Rice, and you walk on. How long do you think you could just stand there and not say anything?
I wouldn't have reached the stage and I'd just start talking.
You do that as well?
Yeah.
You do before you get to the mic. You're
Yeah.
like, hey, hello, how's it going? Don't leave.
I enter the stage. You hear me before you see me. I just go, ah! I literally come onto stage. Ah! I've just absolutely.
The MC announces Mike to the stage. He's
Yeah.
at full tilt already.
Yeah.
It's like in American football where they all start running while the kicker's running up. So while the MC's going, please welcome to the stage, Mike starts going from the green room.
100%.
Comes on at full tilt, is already talking just in case he loses anyone for a second.
I literally have a few times recently, like the guy who runs the international, Simon, they were good friends, but like before he's even finished talk, so he's like, and what besides Michael, and I'm literally like I've literally right beside him before he, and I'm like, give me that, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know.
Do you know what is a pet peeve of mine?
Yeah.
I hate when an MC hands you the microphone.
Yes.
Put it back in the stand. That's the only reason it's there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it looks so shit to be like hand. I just think there's
it's like,
something.
what are we doing? Passing it. It's a bit too. It's lame. It's like, I'm passing the baton, the royal scepter, to you now to, take these people apart with your words. It's lame.
Yeah.
And royalist. It's royalist. Is it?
Let's go for yeah.
I think this one, I've had you look at me about 7 times in this. You're like, give me a look of like, I know you usually talk nonsense, but you're just taking it too far this week.
So you were in Cardiff.
Look, I was in Cardiff. Yeah, there's been a lot of moments in this pod where you've looked at me and just go, so you read a book. And I'm there like talking about eating a gorilla's fucking ankle or something. You're just like, so you read a book, did you, Mike?
This one's staying on the rails. I'm in an on the rails mood.
So I was I'm in Cardiff. So Phil Ellis is he's hosting, and he's doing a great job. Ryan was on, Jake was on, and I was closing the gig. I was on last because they said, by God, the man's just, he's a force of nature.
Is that what they said?
No one said that to me specifically.
Are we closing every night?
Yeah. So we're closing anyway.
That's good stuff.
And so
big room as well. Big room, Cardiff Clay.
Yeah.
Nice room.
Nice room.
I'm a fan.
So there's
quite a shallow ramp all the way up to the stage.
Yeah.
You could get up some good pace on your sprint.
That's right. I did get a lot of momentum. I nearly went off the other side of the stage. Too much momentum. I had to go off the other side. I was like just stumbling. But so there's a fella called Paul in the audience, right? Now, Paul is a fat old man. He's wearing a yellow t-shirt that's way too small for him, so you can just see the bulges of, like, it's really unflatteringly figure hugging.
Yeah.
He's a bald man, but he's decided to let his hair grow long. It's the worst haircut known to humanity, is the, I'm bald, but I'm going to let the side hair go long.
The skullet. I can't take credit for that. That's already a thing.
Skullet.
Skullet is
so
that's
sick,
exactly.
Lad. It's truly the creepiest, most
all nothing
off-putting.
at the front, all party at the back.
Oh, lad, it's just. It kind of makes you kind of gag. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, why?
This
why?
is an
because you see some people and you go, oh, they just look at their hair a certain way. Like I saw a guy recently, quite a big quiff, but like quite a substantial bald spot, and I'm like, well, you're not seeing that in the mirror, so I can see why when you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't go, I'm a bit worried about that. But the skullet, you got to be like, you look in the mirror and you got to see it for what it is.
But if you look at this guy, you're like, he don't look in the mirror.
So is it like a Bill Bailey-esque?
It's worse than Bill Bailey because it's like, because the side parts are kind of like, they just seem kind of wet. They just kind of seem wet. He looks like
Bill Bailey's is dry, distinctly dry.
There's a dryness and there's a little kind of curl to Bill Bailey's. What's going on there?
This was just,
and there's a dignity, but this was just. It looks like kind of like sewage coming off the side of his head.
Like blue tack shoelaces to the side of his head.
That kind of like that, yeah. It was rotten and it wasn't nice for anyone to have to look at, and he probably shouldn't have been let in. But so anyway, he's there and he's there with his son, and they're getting like progressively drunker. Now his son has a haircut.
I feel like he better do something wrong in this story,
right?
Because otherwise, this has been so mean.
No. Well, I'll tell you what. He's there. You certainly had empathy for him because he had a son.
It humanized him.
Right. Well, just listen to the end of the story.
Did the son have the haircut as well?
No, the son was ginger, funnily enough, and the son had like a zero blade there, and then you had that old like real fucking hardy lad in Ireland thing of like he had the the scissors on top, but just the fringe gelled down. Do you know, like just gelled to there?
Oh yeah, gelled down fringe is spooky.
It's fucking
like,
wild.
That's what gravity does. You don't have to gel
but
that
they're
down.
Just like, they're getting gel to just.
It's like your hair goes down.
Yeah,
you don't have to do that.
But it's a real choice of like, I choose the darkness. Do you know what I mean? In life, like that's really like I'm with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I am.
Can you please ruffle your hair? It looks absolutely insane.
No, because I want people to reckon with the darkness, and now I'm into dark mode. No, but anyway, I just literally just bite your hair. Anyway. So your man's there with his son, and he's interrupting a bit, but it's like the comedians are kind of dealing with it like in a funny way.
He's become a character of the evening.
He has. He doesn't really know what's going on. They're getting drunker as night goes on. Him and the son, but the son's kind of like there beside him and not saying much and kind of being like, it's all right. So they're not ruining the night or anything, but they're vocal and they're there. So I was backstage, and as we were backstage, Jacob started passing around this picture of a monkey with tits, a monkey that had tits just around the green room, and so we were all like, oh, that's amazing. You know what I mean? This took 5 minutes in the green room. We were all just buzzing with this. Like, he was literally just showing us, and we're such siblings. We're like,
that's funny.
Yeah, it was a monkey.
Even the idea of it's funny.
This monkey with these big juicy tits. It was just fucking. It was great. It was a beautiful little moment that we were having in the green room as men. Looking at a monkey with tits, and of course you'll all say you can't do that anymore, but fuck off, right?
This is what it is an all straight white male lineup.
The woke moralists say we can't look at titted monkeys.
This is what happens when you have an all straight white male lineup.
100%.
Everyone thinks they're like they're being like offensive or it's like problematic in the green room. No, they're just fucking idiots.
Like if there was one woman in the green room, we couldn't have passed around the monkey with tits.
Which is why we need women on lineups just to stop us looking at titted monkeys.
Titted monkeys. But so anyway, my opening line. So I come out on stage and I says to the crowd, I goes, just in case anyone's ever wondering what we do backstage, like the comedians, what we're on about, we just for the last 5 minutes passed around a picture of a monkey with tits, with big juicy tits. That got a bit of a laugh. And then I said, anyway, speaking of a monkey with tits, Paul, how are you getting on? Right. So anyway, that gets a big laugh, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going on with my set anyway. And next thing, I'm there, and I get to the threesome bit, and I goes to Paul. Now has gotten up. He's gotten up. Now he looks like a fat Filch. Do you remember Filch from Harry Potter?
Yeah.
So like that, and he gets up and he goes off to the bathroom. Now I didn't know at the time, but on his way off to the bathroom, he was just getting sick as he was walking. So he's just getting sick down. So he's literally just. And he didn't break stride, apparently. He was just literally just puking onto his own belly.
Yeah, when you're drunk enough, there's no recoil to throwing up.
No, just a walking puke. He's just sauntering off to the bathroom, puking down his face, happy as Larry. So anyway,
it's like those, do you know the things that the vans that paint lines in the road?
Yeah,
it's just
a straight line of vomit down his belly, right? Yeah. So anyway, he goes off to that. The security and all see him. They're just like, oh, that's fine.
Classic comedy club security. Just like, that won't be an issue in 7 minutes time.
That's fucking grand. So anyway, now the son is on his own. So I'm talking about threesome. So I goes to the son. I just looking over that way. I just goes, oh, he's like, have you ever had a threesome, man? He's like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I fucking have. And then I was like, oh, like, and he was like, well, you Paul and the maid, or so I don't know what I said. Yeah. You know what I mean? And people are laughing. And then he goes, no. He's like, your fucking mother. And then I was like, well, you didn't. My mother. No, you didn't do that. That's not true. And then he goes, your mother and your sister. I fucked them both. And then I was like, I don't have a sister. I don't think I need to say that, but I don't have a sister, so that's, you know what I mean? I don't think, and he's going, not that you know of, and I'm like, what? You found my secret sister? this is
a tainted, joyful bit of news.
Yeah,
that I have a long lost sister, and you fucked her.
That's right.
God.
Yeah. I was like, well, holy, it's kind of, it's the best of times, it's the worst of times.
It's real bittersweet.
It's great to know I've always wanted a sister, but I didn't want you to fuck her. I was hoping you wouldn't have fucked her.
To be honest, I don't have the connection with her yet to kind of be annoyed at you. So kind of.
And I don't know enough about you as a lover. Maybe you're a wonderful, maybe you went down on her for an hour and a half. I don't know.
And that's what you've used to gel your hair down.
That's right. Her purple rain. Thatcher's pussy juice was purple. That's what Prince was talking about. Tell your friends. Anyway, so I'm here to tell people I'm Lloyd Grossman. A lot of things I've said today has not been Mike. It's been Lloyd Grossman. Maybe that's my alter ego.
If somebody's like disgusting, can we call them Lloyd?
Yeah, 100%.
A bit of a Lloyd.
Bit of a Lloyd. And then they're like, what? And you go, he's gross, man. That'd be so fun from now on for us to do.
Yeah, okay. We'll forget, but let's remember.
Yeah. We'll forget, but let's remember. That should be on a t-shirt. We'll forget, but let's remember.
That's what they said about 9/11, didn't they?
Yeah.
We'll forget, but let's remember.
We'll forget, but let's remember. That's what Bush said after. People were like, just say never forget. Just say never. Oh, all right, okay. So anyway,
God, there's so many, because I think the real lifeblood of like a consistent podcast that people really latch on to, like running jokes, little inside things. We never remember any of them.
No. Absolutely, fuck all of them. There is but I do remember to tell you have a fat head and you're autistic, so I'm keeping on my end.
I'm reminded of that
every day. Yeah, it's hard to escape. But anyway, fucking we'll have to put Lloyd Grossman in like the stable with Joey Stellan. There's like this stable of weird unused characters that are just like
Joey Stellan, Lloyd Grossman. And then Boston Seinfeld.
Yeah. Joe fucking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Jerry Burr and Bill Seinfeld.
Why are you trying to fuck that horse? He's like, because I'm gross, man. But anyway, I'll go at the story in Cardiff. So anyway, the guy, fucking Paul, the hair. So he goes, he just pukes as he's walking, which Louis XIV, I think I mentioned on this pod, used to just shit while walking, apparently. He would just shit as he was walking, and he'd have people would be walking behind him to clean his bum.
I honestly respect that so much.
Yeah.
I don't think I could bring myself to shit while walking.
Yeah.
The thought of just even shitting yourself, sat right here.
Yeah.
Just the thought of when you're a baby, what happens? You're sat there on your asshole, but then you just and it just goes out.
And that's when you were most yourself. That's when you were free.
It goes down, because if you're on a toilet, it obviously has somewhere to go. But when you're sat down, it just goes onto your cheeks.
Oh, it does.
And up your back.
100%. Your asshole looks like fucking Wilson from Castaway.
Yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do that.
Yeah,
you just.
No, it's hard, but that's it, because it's a mental shackling. We need to unshackle ourselves
and just shit ourselves. We're gonna shit ourselves on the podcast, the Patreon this week.
You think in our most natural state as cavemen, back in the day when men were men, you know, when we'd bite the heads off of live pigeons and things were fun.
Before the woke moralists.
Before the woke moralists came up and were like, stop
shitting yourself.
Stop shitting yourselves.
You fucking snowflake.
Yeah.
All the fucking free speech podcasts. Oh, we should try and convince like the right wing comedians that people are trying to stop you from shitting yourself.
100%.
So the only way to be like a revolutionary podcaster is to shit yourself.
Shit yourself on stage. Did I ever tell you I had a this friend of mine, Chris, who is like fucking hippie in Chicago, man.
Yeah. Who has the same voice as your Uber driver from the story
That's
the other
right,
week.
dude. They all talk like that to me, man. But so he told me this story once. So this little hippie that lived underneath me, that he went to this music festival, right? And at this music festival, there was like, as they have in these things, there was like a clean toilet. Like, so that it's like you pay £5 to go in and use this toilet, right? And it's a clean toilet. Instead of a portaloo, right? So you pay. It's a great business
You told
model.
me this story.
Oh, did I?
He went up to the security guard and then they had a big back and forward about it.
Well,
and then he shot himself in front of the security guard. You've said this in the podcast before.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, he goes, I know I've said it before, but
That'll
like
show him, man.
No, he goes, because he wanted to use the toilet. He's like, can I use your toilet, man? The guy was like, well, it's £5 to use the toilet. And he's just like, but I don't have that money, man. And he's like, well, then you can't, because that's the business. And then he just like, but we're brothers. And he's like, well, we're not, though, is the thing. And then he's like, and I showed him, man, I shit myself there and then right in front of him. Let him smell it, brother. and then I was like, what happened then? He's just like, I just had to walk off, man. I didn't have a change of clothes. I was dirty for the rest of the weekend, man. So it's just like ruined his weekend. But like also the protest, and I shit myself there and then, man. It's just
incredible.
Hilarious.
It's incredible.
So it's just like, and then I punched myself in the face, man. You know?
That'll show him. He
That'll
got
show him.
some blood on him.
But so anyway, your man goes off to the toilet. I'm on stage. He's just puking on himself. I don't see this. His son
You're
is
having
there.
this altercation with his son.
So the son is like, so it's happening with the son.
Fucked your mum, fucked your sister who
He just
doesn't
keeps
exist.
saying that he's fucked my mother, he's fucked my sister. Then he gets like real, like graphic with, he's like, I pulled up my shaft and your mother, she's like, your mother, she was sucking on my balls and like all this shit. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And at this stage, everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just
it's
gone
so
awry.
aggressive. But he's looking so like this. So then anyway, I only had one recourse left to deal with the situation.
Is it the Mike special?
No, it was just like to slag him off for being ginger. That's all I could do. I was like, so then he does all this, and I was like, yeah, well, you fucking ginger, you stupid cunt. And then everyone's like, you fucking. And so then I goes, my mother wouldn't fucking suck off a ginger. She knows the devil lives in your balls, you know. And then everyone's like, And then he just goes, oh fuck it. He goes, I'll fucking knock your fucking head off. And I was like, And then he started like kind of moving as if he's going to get up. He's like, I'll fucking knock your fucking head off. I was like, don't do that. I was just like, literally, that's what I was saying. I was like, don't do that. And then he's like, we'll see how smart you are outside. I'll fucking knock your head off. And then I kind of goes,
but also that's so funny. We'll see how smart you are. It's like, I don't think I've been doing witty retorts. I just said, you're ginger, you stupid cunt.
He, in his head, he's like, he's intellectually.
He's outfoxed me again.
Dismantled me intellectually. So anyway, then
gingers don't like being outfoxed.
No, they don't. That's the one thing they don't like. You can out fucking badger them. They don't mind, but to be outfoxed.
That's their brethren.
So anyway, so he's threatening now to punch me, and so I'm kind of like, I just kind of look over security. I'm like, I don't know if this is a situation where we should maybe say something. So next thing, anyway, security comes over and gives him a warning.
Classic.
He's threatened
to act on the stage.
Yes.
With their head being knocked off.
That's right.
Like some kind of French king.
100%. I was going to get the guillotine. And he comes over and he goes, he's just joking there. Do you know what I mean? About me. He's like, he's joking there, calm down. And then the guy's like, Arr. So I'm like, and then the security goes off and he's left there. And I go, all right. Well, anyway, I had this threesome. At this stage, the whole crowd is like, fucking, gee, like, what the fuck? And he's just left there. So then I start into another bit, impossibly trying to just move on.
Get something going.
And then as I'm doing this, your man just goes, I'll knock your fucking head off. And then I turned around and I just goes, I goes to security. I was like, I suppose we better kick him out, will we? Should we kick him out here now? So next thing anyway, the security comes over, starts kicking him out. As this happened, the father is coming back, literally painted in his own puke.
Skullet McGee.
Skullet McGee is coming back painted in his own puke. No one has said anything to him.
Yeah.
This is fine. So he comes back as the son's being brought, being kicked out. And then he looks at the son being kicked out and he just looks up at me and he goes, "You Irish bastards! You Irish bastard!" And I was like, "Hey, don't bring being Irish into it. I'm just a bastard. You know, it's nothing to do with my ethnicity, you know." And he's like, "You Irish bastard." And then next thing the security taking the man out. And then your man takes a run for the stage, the outlet. Puke all down his front. Yeah. The dad makes
Bill Bailey's running at the stage.
100%. A heroic just dash onto the stage. Puke-filled dash.
Oh my God.
So he runs onto the stage. At this stage, I'm just standing up there. I'm like, I want to stop him running onto the stage. No, like what happened was he kind of went to go on and there was someone that's kind of close to him was going to stop him, but he's covered in puke. So they're like,
you don't want to touch him.
Yeah, so they're like, let Mike deal with it. So he comes onto the stage, but to be fair, as he gets onto the stage, right, he's coming towards me. And then he kind of realizes, you know, that he's old and fat and, you know, close to death. So, like, he's coming towards me. So then he really slows up his stroll as he comes in, just to hope that someone will come up and just be like, and he can be like, you know,
hold me back.
Hold me back, you know.
Yeah.
So then next thing anyway, they fucking cajole around him and fucking and they're bringing him off and he just keeps shouting. He just keeps shouting, "You Irish bastard!
Wow.
You Irish bastard!" Right? And at this stage, I think I forget where I am. I forget I'm not in Ireland. So then I just start going up the right to nothing. No one was happy about me saying that. So I goes up the and everyone in the crowd was like, no. And then I started going, ooh, ah, up the I said, ooh, ah, up the and they absolutely did not get on board with that whatsoever. Everyone was like, and why would we like you saying that in any world whatsoever? God. So then anyway, I sang that, just failed.
So much goodwill in the room for you.
Oh yeah, and I just obliterated it by just shouting terrorist chants that have probably affected their families historically. So then I did that and it just got nothing, and then there's just and I was like, why didn't any try to protect me? No one helped Mike, you know. But to be fair, for that audience, and then I just had to try, you know, claw the gig back.
Some kind of something that gets a laugh.
Something to get a laugh. So I whipped my cock out and then, no. But the thing was, for the audience, like, great night for them.
Oh yeah, that's a story for work on Monday.
100%. But like, if you go to a comedy show and it's like, yeah, what do they do? Comedy. That's not a story.
I went to a comedy show and everyone was funny.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo. Stinks.
You want to hear? I think if you go see a lineup show,
yes,
I want the acts to be booked in such a way where there's no way you could like all of them.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
You want a puke painted pedo to fucking assault one of the acts. Right? Now you've got a story.
You want something mad to happen. God,
yeah,
that's so fucking funny. And God, I mean, my
puke-painted pedo named Paul.
My psychopath
alliteration, Connell. You've heard of it. You've studied English.
My psychopath brain is like, if only you'd been filming that,
lad. I have a little clip. I'll show it to you after. I'll show it to you after. A little clip of it, because we couldn't put it up because the club don't want that up, which is understandable. But it would have been. Yeah.
They're cowards.
Huh?
The fucking Cardiff Glee. Never liked them. They're anti-union.
No, they're good. They're great folk.
They're union
I love
busters.
Them. They gave me a pizza every day.
They're
good
union
people.
busters.
Huh?
They're union busters.
Oh, they're anti-Mick Lynch, are they?
Yeah.
Don't
they
like
actually
that.
did. They stopped their staff went on strike and they just sacked them.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Their
quite a big,
the staff at the comedy club went on train strike.
No, they just went on strike, not train strike.
Oh.
Other strikes exist.
I thought they were like coming into work. I refuse to drive the trains. They're like,
okay, work the bar.
Well, still work the bar, can you? Is that true? Well, we won't go into that. I played there.
They also,
I
actually don't really fucking know much about that. The only thing is they said I wouldn't sell enough tickets to do it on my tour, so I was angry at them.
Well, I love them. I think they're great, and they treat me really well when I play there, so that's all I'm going to say about it. But that puke-painted pedo Paul, if he is looking, because then his son, or we was a bit afraid the son was going to wait outside, because he's like, I'll be waiting outside for you.
Yeah.
Fucking your sister.
And then often security guards go, well, that's outside my jurisdiction. That is the street.
Yeah.
And therefore nothing to do with me.
That's right. But then I waited. And I had all the lads with me when I left. So I had the wild bunch of Hawley, Ellis and Cullen. And myself.
Three of them. That's the most pathetic wrecking crew you've ever heard of.
We would have all your man and his father, who were like literally drunk and sick, would have fucking
clobbered you.
Would have clobbered us. Would have clobbered us all.
Yes, every single one of the three of those people is probably worse at fighting than you are.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Maybe not Hawley, but the other two for sure.
I'd say Hawley has a juicy little left jab.
I also assume he might have a knife.
Huh?
He's a Londoner. They have knives.
Hawley could have a knife.
Yeah.
Even if it was a little butter knife for scones.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah.
But so afterwards then, I'd been on sober October, but I had a pint. I was like, I need a drink.
There's three. Sorry, I just got lost in my own head about thinking about what kind of knives Londoners have. Because Hawley's a North London boy.
Yeah.
And there's three types of. All people in North London have a knife for three different reasons. One, butter knives for scones, for the kind of Hampstead Heath type, swanky, quite like nice areas. One for like gang violence.
Yes.
And the third for circumcisions.
The North London.
Yeah, that's the three types of North London knife wielder.
But to circumcise themselves?
No.
To circumcise others?
There's a lot of Jewish communities in North London.
Do you think that there's people who are would hold you down and circumcise you?
No.
Is that what you were saying?
No.
Oh, what were you saying?
I was just making a little joke about the cultural makeup of North London.
I don't think it's the time to be making Jewish jokes. With all this going on in Israel, Palestine, I think that's tone deaf. I think that was tone deaf. Connell?
Signed off.
Yeah. I think that was. I don't think you've read the cultural climate very well there. I don't think that was nasty. Sometimes I wonder with you.
It's a small joke about I didn't say anything bad.
Well, you didn't say anything good.
There are some people who walk the streets of North London with a knife for circumcising people. I don't think that's wrong to say.
So, but who to circumcise who?
Like babies, Jewish babies.
Oh, because Jewish people cut babies' dick skin off. Is that what you're saying? You make me sick. You make me sick. Last time I heard this, it was in the 30s in Germany.
These kind of rumors people make up about Jews.
Yeah,
that's a really
in the
funny,
German podcasting community in the 30s.
That's a really funny idea that you're trying to support Jewish people, but to the point where you go, they make up these crazy rumors.
Yeah.
They don't eat bacon. Stop talking fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
They're normal people.
They cut the skin off babies' dicks.
That's a conspiracy theory.
And then someone eats it. Does someone eat? Does he?
No, they apparently they used to give it a wee kiss.
I thought there was and maybe this was, but there was someone, and I don't know if this is true, that they named the gobbler who would eat the.
They named the gobbler.
The gobbler who would eat the dick skin. No? The gobbler.
I think there is maybe.
His real name was Lloyd Grossman.
They ate the foreskin. There is a tradition somewhere where they would eat the foreskin of the baby.
And Tambahoaka. Whatever that is.
Really?
I think he was playing for Fiji the other day.
Ethnic group
full of fucking baby foreskin.
What?
Madagascar ethnic group. Apparently they do it.
So they eat the baby's foreskin.
Yeah.
Waste not.
The grandparents do.
Waste not, want not.
The grandparents do.
Yeah.
Jeez, you'd be fucking raging. You really hope you die before you see your grandkids in Madagascar.
Yeah.
You're the only grandparents who are like, I fucking hope it's a girl.
No, they all kill themselves as soon as they have the first grandkid. They're like,
their daughter's like, I'm pregnant. And they're like,
and you think I'm going to stick around to eat the fucking dick skin of your kids?
I'm not a fucking nonce, man. You have to kill yourself to avoid being
a nonce, yeah. Speaking of being a nonce, I thought this, and this might be...
What time are we on?
54.
6 minutes of nonce stuff, and then we'll wrap it up.
Absolutely. 6 minutes of pure pedo stuff. But I was thinking
unadulterated pedo stuff.
Unadulterated. And we should do
this.
And
they'd like that.
Oh, lads.
They don't like adulterated things.
No. Oh, I never thought the word adulterated in that way. Is it like unadulterated? Like if someone said that's unadulterated mayhem or something.
We've
is
got
that,
our resident Susie Dent.
is that to say
Connell
that
over here.
unadulterated? Is that to say it's childlike because it's not
But
adult?
it's the opposite of that because it's unadulterated is like unfiltered, uncensored.
Yes, that's what I would have said.
Unadulterated this, but then adulterated, is anything ever adulterated?
But maybe adulterated it means that it has been.
That's when the movie's in 18 in Italy.
Yeah,
It's adulterated.
adulterated. Yeah, but
Italians have been getting really annoyed at me in my Instagram comments
They hate
recently.
you, lad.
Yeah, they're fucking brutalizing
they don't want
me all
any
over
part
the
of you,
place.
lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going, why do you have that name if you can't even say it? And I'm like, I don't know if you know how names work, but I didn't fucking pick it.
You're a disgrace to
And
Italy.
also, I tend to think, however I say my name, that's how you say it. However the person whose name it is. Like, if you pronounce your name Mike, I would be like, well, that's how you say
Miguel
it.
Rose.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it, and therefore you're right.
Yeah.
Because it's your fucking name.
It's my name, dude.
Dude.
It's my name.
What's the etymology
And
of
my
it?
name's Lloyd Grossman.
Is anything adulterated?
Adulterated was used in the 16th century, I'm finding out here.
Wow.
To,
Connell,
Martin
man.
Luther.
corrupted.
The Reformation. Adulterated is corrupted, so adulterated is corrupted. That's kind of changed slightly when it's been
But
negative.
then unadulterated is just uncorrupted. So it's
Uncorrupted.
Just,
Yeah,
Un-
unmixed.
undiluted.
So it's a real like pure form of something like
Yeah.
that is unadulterated.
So adulterated. Like
Yeah.
when you have my wadi, that's adulterated juice.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Whereas I have unadulterated my wadi. Just fucking.
Taking it like a ginger shot. I did actually, now that I think of it, drink a lot of like straight my waddy in my time. I don't know why.
I
I've done
remember
it.
I was with it was maybe my brother and my cousin or somebody, a slightly older group, and they were doing a drinking game, but I hadn't started drinking yet, so I was playing along, but just drinking undiluted my wadi.
Really?
Which I think I was having a much harder time of it than anyone else
Oh
in the
my
room.
lad, it's just like it
Dries your whole mouth out
it fucks you
straight
up.
away.
Yeah.
Like it just sucks all the moisture and goes, yeah, I'm supposed to be juice, but it just takes it all out of your fucking face.
Like imagine if they give someone head after like drink, you know what I mean? After that. Is that what you did before you recorded your special? You were drinking you were drinking straight my
I
waddy.
was drinking unadulterated my wadi.
Just on stage. Just-
That happened to me in Leeds. Did I tell you about this? The first tour show I did in Leeds was at this place called the Hyde Park Book Club, and it's quite a trendy, like, cool venue.
Yeah.
And they were like, do you want to drink before the show? And I was like, oh, like a Guinness. And they were like, oh, we don't have Guinness. We kind of do, like, craft stuff. And I was like, right. And they were like, but we can get you something that is, like, similar that you will like.
and get your pint of straight my waddy.
They were like, something similar that you might like. And then they bring it back down. Just as I'm about to go on stage, they hand me this glass of, like, of stout, and then I just as I'm about to go and I take a sip, and it tastes like red wine mixed with hoisin sauce. It is the worst thing ever to have
Highly
on stage.
alcoholic.
Yeah, and I just sipping on it in the first section before I bring on the support act. Have a sip, and every time I sip it, my mouth just gets drier and drier and drier. It's awful. And then I come off stage and look at the can that they give me, and it was 10% stout.
Jesus.
I'm like, what do you think I need a drink for?
come on.
That's an insane thing to give someone to go on stage with.
You were drugged.
It was fucked. I was spiked by the Hyde Park
You
Book Club.
woke up with a sore bum.
What?
You woke up with a sore bum.
Did I?
Yeah, they spiked you and fucked you. I'm Lloyd Gross, man. Oh, on the nonce thing, I was going to say, and this is a glass half full outlook on life. I was thinking, what people don't, I was thinking there is, because Joseph Stalin,
Joey Stalin.
Joey Stalin, so he apparently like killed between people he sentenced to war and these kind of like famines that he caused and different things. Apparently he like killed upwards of 50 million people. But then I thought, okay, that's the negative way to look at it. But the positive way to look at it is statistically no one has taken more pedos off the street than Joseph Stalin. Because statistically, out of that 50 million,
Some of them were pedos.
you got at least 1 million pedos. So you got to fucking break a few eggs to make an omelette, baby. Do you know what I mean? Have Have I not made a good point? I thought you'd love that point. No, that was a wonderful point.
Loved it.
I thought you'd be like, I never thought about it like that, Mike.
There was a
million pedos he took out of commission.
I heard recently that at the height of the scandal in and around the Catholic Church and priests being pedos, one of the like bishops, his defense was, look, in general society, 2% of people are pedophiles. 2% of men are pedophiles.
Yeah.
And only 1% of priests are pedophiles.
Be grateful for... we could be doing twice as much kid fucking.
And still be within the statistical
We've shown restraint.
We're underneath the line of best fit.
Yeah. Also, that's not true, what he said. It's like, apparently it's like 10%. Like, it's in that movie Spotlight, it's like, it shows there's a statistical anomaly in the amount of Catholic priests that are pedos. Yeah. Catholics in general, like, we're, you know...
Nancy boys.
We're Nancy boys. So what? Oh, we've done an hour, have we? We've done an hour on Nancy boys. Or were you just saying at Nancy boys, you're like, cut it. Done, get out.
Just stop
Get
it.
out.
Anything to plug, Michael?
Yeah, my tour will be out.
Jamali's here.
My tour dates will be out by the time this comes out. So check MikeRiceComedy.com for those, or my Instagram and stuff. Go watch my special. It's on YouTube. Please watch it. It's good. And that's it for now. Jamali Maddox.
Jamalo. She's here.
She's here.
I have to plug things. Come and see my tour. It's now on sale. We're adding dates in your Galways, your Londons, your Glasgows, all of those sorts of places. Do come along at VittorioAngelone.com. We'll whack the links to both of our tours and specials into the description of the podcast. People were asking us to write kind of like summaries of each episode in the descriptions of the podcast, which I don't think we'll do because fuck off. But also come see me on tour, watch my special, and also what else did I want to say? Sign up to the patreon.com.
Congratulations to New Zealand for winning in the Rugby World Cup. This will be coming out several weeks after, but still, I just want to belated congrats to New Zealand. You're a small country, you've worked hard, and it was a fantastic victory, and well done. That's just me. That's just me being a good sport there. It's good sportsmanship. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Patreon.com/parenting.
Yeah. The All Blacks. Legends.